What's going on YouTube? Samuel Adams here, and today will be our first video, and it's going to be a drafting tips and strategy video. Now you may be asking yourself, why am I gonna listen to this guy? What does he know? So we'll go over here real quickly. I'll just show you guys this real quick. We'll go to the nameplates. We'll go down to the BR nameplate. We've gone on this account, we've gone 12-0 34 times, and on our alternate account, 2 more extra times, so it's been 36 in total. What we're going to be doing, like I said earlier, we're going to be doing a drafting video. I'll be going over my thought process, why I draft each player, where I put each player in the lineup, why I draft each player, and we'll see how it goes. And then we're going to try to go 12-0 with this team in the next couple videos. So here we go. In the first round, our first diamond round, we're going to get Jack Flaherty, Kenley Jansen, Josh Donaldson, and Cody Bellinger. So here we have some absolute goons in the first round, which is always good to see. You don't want to see some the lower tier diamonds that you might get here. This is a great round. So you can go with Kenley Jansen here. Obviously one of the best relievers in the game. He's my personal favorite reliever. The cutter, the slider, sinker, changeup, four seam. Just one of the best relievers in the game. But when you have Cody Bellinger, this card is my personal second favorite card besides Willie Mays, and he maybe even be the best card in the game. He just absolutely demolishes the baseball. It doesn't matter if it's in BR. It doesn't matter if it's in ranked season. He just demolishes the baseball. To me, and I'm guessing to a lot of other people, this would be an easy choice. Straight to Bellinger. Let's go to round 2. Here we have our bronze round. We have Kyle Gibson, Kevin Plawecki. A little side note here, guys. I am the single worst person on the planet pronouncing names, so do not kill me in the comment section when I mispronounce names, because it will happen a ton of times. I promise you. This will not be the first one, and it won't be the last one. I promise you. And then we have Justin Smoke. We ain't drafting this man. I think here we're gonna go straight to the starting pitcher. Try to get one of those guys out. We usually wait for commons to draft the starting pitching, but you know, sometimes you got to draft the bronzes. I don't really want to waste any positions this early in the draft, so we're going to go straight to the starting pitcher here. Third round, we have a diamond round. We have Cliff Lee, Ryan Hensley, Matt Carpenter, and Mr. Bo Bichette. So a rule in BR, I'm sure a lot of you guys know this. Some of you may not. In BR, you do not want to draft a diamond starter, a gold starter, and a silver starter. You want to limit your starters to common and bronze rounds only. So Cliff Lee is automatically out. Then you have Ryan Hensley. He has a fastball, a cutter, a curveball, and a changeup. I haven't personally used them yet, but that repertoire is not that bad. But there's other relievers that I can get, mostly silver or gold relievers that I'd rather get than him. So I don't want to really waste a round on him. This round's definitely between Matt Carpenter and Bo Bichette. So when I'm looking for a shortstop or center fielder in this game for BR, I want a guy who can hit and who can field, right? Especially in center field, I want a guy who can field and got some speed on him. But for shortstop, you get a guy who can, silver fielder, gold fielder, and a guy who has diamond hitting like like Bo Bichette has. And he has that 125 contact versus lefties, the 104 power versus lefties to go along with Bellinger that I already drafted. I think the move here has to be Bo Bichette. So let's go Bo Bichette. Here's another common round. Bronze round. We have a couple guys. I don't really want to draft any position players yet. I could be a starter, but Adam Kimber, he has a funky delivery. He throws like sidearm, very hard to read. And when he has a sinker slider combo that I really look for in any pitcher I get, if a pitcher has a sinker in this year's game, it's usually he's going to be good. He's going to be hard to hit. Sinkers are the best pitch in the game, especially when you go sidearm. This is the easy pick here. In my opinion, I'm going to go Adam Kimber and get our first reliever. Next round, common round, instantly starter, easy choice. Here we have a silver round. We have Chase Anderson, Christian Vasquez, silver Paul Goldschmidt, and Brian Dozier. Now, these aren't really my favorite cards. None of these cards are that good. Obviously, again, we're not going to take the starting pitcher. We can go Christian Vasquez here. Not a bad hitting catcher, but the thing with BR is there are a ton of good catchers in BR, which is the complete opposite of ranked seasons where you cannot find any consistently good catchers. So we don't got to go Vasquez here. For my first base spot, I don't really like using right-handed hitters. I like to get a power-hitting lefty, so Goldsmith's already out. So here we're gonna get a guy, he has pop, he has 70 pop versus righty, 69 versus lefty. That's really all I look for in BR. So let's go Brian Dozier. Again, common round, instantly, we'll just go starter here, this is easy. Here's another silver round. We have Andrew Heaney, here's Vasquez again, Grichuk, and then Billy Hamilton. So I wish Billy Hamilton can hit a little bit because that fielding and speed is so big, but you cannot draft a guy that has worse hitting stats than pitchers in this game, so he's out. Then we have Grichuk or Vasquez. Now again, I said just the round earlier that there's other catchers that you can get that are better than Vasquez, so we're gonna wait on the catcher spot. Grichuk, not a bad hitter, 74 pop on each side is good enough, 71 fielding, 74 speed. He's basically above average in BR terms at everything I look for, so Grichuk's an easy choice here, we'll go him. So here we have our next round will be a bronze round. Again, I don't really want to waste third or catcher yet. We can go starter here, but when you find a reliever with a cutter, a sinker, and a slider, especially one that throws 95 miles an hour, I think this is a pretty easy choice for me. I'll go with the guy with the cutter and sinker and just put him in my bullpen. Even if I don't use him and he may not be our first or second guy, he'd be a good guy to have just in case I need to get a righty out, or if I go into an extra inning game and I need to get another guy out, he can definitely go an inning and I'd be happy with it. So we're going to go with him. Our next round is going to be a silver round. Again, no starter. Then we have Fergie Jenkins, Rod Carew, and Gordon Beckham. Now, this may be one of my least favorite silver rounds I've ever gotten. I don't like this Gordon Beckham card. I am not picking somebody with 30 power on each side. Fergie Jenkins isn't terrible, but I mean, his pitch repertoire isn't terrible, but I think he's really bad in the game. I think he's super easy to read, but again, you know, sometimes you're limited in your choices. I don't like these two guys. I don't want to waste my third or first base spot. We'll go with the reliever here. We need to start looking for some lefties. We finally get one of our gold rounds. We have Iannetta, Cartini, and Matt Thesis. So we have all righties so far in our lineup. These two guys both rake lefties. And the thing about Cartini is that he can also play catcher. So he's a switch hitter. I mean, 83 on the right, 83 contact versus righties, 88 power versus righties, and then 65 contact versus lefties and 50 power versus lefties. So he's not that good hitting against lefties, but off righties, he's a monster. And when you compare him with our lineup so far, getting a guy who can crush righties is not the worst decision. He also has a really good swing in this year's game. He's hitting 433, 13 for 30, 2 doubles, a homer. So he has a little bit of pop. Then my man over here, I've only had 6 at-bats with him, so. But I know he has a lot of pop. Again, 89 power. So he's not a bad choice. Do I want to use the third baseman yet? I don't think so. When I have a guy that can play first, third, and catcher, I think Cartini's the move here. We'll go with Cartini. So for our next round, we have a silver round. We have Chris Sale, Urshela, and Mercado. I'm not going to go with him. Urshela's not that bad of a card, but we can get better third baseman. Instantly, whenever I see Chris Sale, I'm going to go straight to Chris Sale, especially when I need lefties. We've pitched 179 innings, all BR with him, all BR. 3.56 ERA. The stats speak for itself. Easy choice, Chris Sale. We need a lefty anyway. There we go. Here's another silver round. We have Jeff Samardzija, Kyle Seager, and Cameron Maybin. Now, I do not think I would ever pick in this round Cameron Maybin, so he's out. This is between Seager and Samardzija. Samardzija, again, 5.4 ERA, but I don't really look at ERAs in BR. What I try to think is, can this guy get outs? Can he get multiple outs? And Samardzija can. Will he give up his runs? Yes. Every reliever in BR will, because it's on All-Star. People can hit on All-Star. The ball flies on All-Star. So I just look for guys that can get quality outs for me. Samardzija can do that. He has the fastball, the 2 fastballs, the slider, the splitter. So his repertoire is not the best, but it works. If he has that 95 fastball with the slider, you can get people out. And then you have Seager. So Seager has 69 power. Nice. Versus righties and 85 versus lefties. So he's actually has more power versus lefties. He has a very good swing. He's able to lift the ball well. I think with all our righties in this lineup, I think Seager would fit nicely in the order. So we're going to go Seager as our third base. So here we have a gold round. We have Ottavino, who's actually not that bad. He has that funky little delivery that he throws. He throws 46 innings, 4.66 ERA. So he's not that bad, but I'm just not the biggest fan of his card. And when you have Aaron Hicks, a guy like Aaron Hicks, who's a switch hitter, he has pop on both sides. We are hitting 463 with him. He has 12 doubles, 3 triples, 15 homers, at a 57 hits and 123 at bats. A guy who has solid fielding, solid speed, a pretty good arm out there. I feel like this is a pretty easy choice. Hicks has a good swing. He's going to fit perfectly in our lineup. Let's go Hicks. Next round, we have a bronze round. We're not going to draft the 2 catchers. I think this round we're going to go starter. Pretty easy choice here for me. Next round, we have another silver round. We have Yimi Garcia, Tucker Barnhart, and Roberto Perez. Now, again, Barnhart, no power. He's obviously out. Yimi Garcia, he has a slider, changeup, sinker, fastball, but I'm not really a big fan of his card. His repertoire is not that bad, but when you can get a catcher that is pretty solid fielding, even though the catcher fielding doesn't matter in this year's game, but he also has that pop. He has the 70 power versus righties, the 78 power versus lefties. So when you find a catcher with power, I think it's an easy choice. We can go Perez here over the other guys that were given to us. Here's another gold round. Not the best round. I wish we can get a starter out of the way so they didn't give us 2 gold starters, but this obviously between David Robertson and Kyle Bearclaw. Robertson has the cutter, the knuckle curve, the slider, and the fastball. If this card had a changeup, he would be really, really good. But when all the pitches move a certain way and then you have the straight fastball, it's just not going to work out. It's going to be easy to read. As you can tell, I mean, we have a 16 ERA in 4 innings with him. Yes, small sample size, but I feel like he's just so easy to hit. Bearclaw, he only has the 3 pitches, but at least the 3 different pitches in the 4-seam fastball, the slider, and the changeup. We've gone 8 1/3, 5.4 ERA, so not terrible. We got to go Bearclaw here. Hopefully we can get some lefties in that bullpen. Here's a lefty right here. We can use the starter, but I like Johnny Ventures. He has a sinker and the slider. It works for me. Anytime I can get any type of lefty in my pen, I usually will take it, especially in a round like this where I have so many bronze and commons rounds left that the chances are I will get another starter that's either going to be bronze or common. So I just want to take a lefty here and hopefully we can get one more other lefty reliever and get a common starter and then get some other bench bats. Here we go. Here's a diamond round. We have Ryan Yarborough, Josh Hader, Ken Giles, my bad, and Liam Hendricks. Now, for whatever reason, in this game, Liam Hendricks is very easy to pick up. So right away, he's out. And we have Ken Giles and Josh Hader. Now, again, we need another lefty. We have a couple guys that can get righties out, but I also have Chris Sale. So Chris Sale is a big deal because he can get righties out and lefties out, obviously, because he's a lefty. So he can throw multiple innings. So I don't really need a third lefty when I have a guy like Sale and then Ventures. This Ken Giles card, for whatever reason, again, another guy, just 3 pitches. I pitched really, really well with it. These are all BR innings, 20 innings, 1.35 ERA. He's 11-0. My man has not lost yet. So with looking at my bullpen, I have 3 right-handers in Clymer, Tapira, and Jenkins that aren't reliable. Bearclaw, again, not that reliable. So I want a consistent right-handed reliever that I can rely on. That'll be Ken Giles. So we're going to go Giles. So here's our last starter round. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to look through each guy's pitches, right? You have DeLon, where he has the 4-seam, the slider, the changeup, the 2-seam. You have Thornton. He has the 4-seam, the changeup, the slider, the 2-seam, the same exact pitches. You have Homer Bailey. So here we go. This is what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a guy that has 5 pitches. I know this guy's only going to be there for 1 out anyway, but if I can get a guy out, I need to get him out, right? Usually you're going to hit a leadoff homer, especially when these guys have these big-time lefty hitters, right? If you have Joey Gallo, the other team's going to lead him off first. So if I have Homer Bailey, you need a guy that has 5 pitches so you can really change it up and the guy's not going to be looking for something, right, when you have 5 pitches. So it just makes the guy a little bit harder to hit, give him another pitch to choose from to think about. So I think it's going to be an easy choice here. We're going to go Homer Bailey. Now we have our bench. We don't have that great rounds left, but let's see what we can do with it. We already have 81 power, so this team can hit. This is what you look for in BR. You look for power and bullpen, and that's what we're doing right here. So with the common rounds, I look for 2 things. Usually a power hitting guy. So here O'Brien will be one of the most power hitters you're going to get with 63 pop and 69 pop versus righties and lefties. So this is not a bad card. I can look for speed here in the 72 speed, but we still have another common round left, so we can look for speed in that round. O'Brien, he has a pretty good swing. If I'm actually, we haven't even used him. I could have swore he has a good swing, and he could play catcher. So if for whatever reason I need to pitch run for Roberto Perez, we can use Peter O'Brien, put him in at catcher, and he'll be fine back there. So for me, O'Brien will go. Here's another bronze round. We have Maldonado, Tulo, Domingo Santana, and Harold Ramirez. For me, this is an easy choice here. Whenever you can get a guy that has 82 pop off the bench, easy choice. I mean, as you can see, he rakes 467 average, 14 for 30, 5 doubles, 4 homers, so he can hit off the bench. Easy pick for me, Santana. Here's our last silver round. So when you're looking at our team, I think everybody that we have right now will be starting. So these are just going to be a bench hitter here. We have Mercado, we have Naquin, we have Springer, and we have Eddie Matthews. So right away, yeah, we need a left-handed hitter, but Eddie Matthews is not going to do it for me. And we have George Springer. So for whatever, I mean, he does have the power. He has that super, super low vision, but vision doesn't really matter that much in BR. Whenever you find somebody, you want, like I said, you want power. That's it. You want power, and you want guys that can get out. So you want a good bullpen, you want power. Springer brings the power, and he has a glitchy swing. When he hits the ball flies. He has 9 extra base hits out of 14 hits. He's hitting 467. So you got to go with what works, and Springer works. So we'll go with Springer. Here's our last common round. We're just going to find the guy with the highest speed, 83 speed right there. And our last pick's going to be a bronze round. We're just going to look, again, we're going to look for the bat. Too bad we're not going to get any really left-handed power bats. I think I'm actually going to go Cisco here just because he is a lefty. We need, other than Cadero, which is our common round, we need another left-handed hitter. He has a 55 power. He can play catcher. We'll just go Cisco. So this is how we set our lineup. We have Hicks leading off, Bichette second, Belly third, Grischuk fourth, Seager fifth, Dozier 6, Pertini 7, and Perez 8. Why I set the lineup like this? So usually what you want to do is get a big time left-handed power hitter that has lower vision because he can verse a common or bronze starter and lead him off. We didn't get that in this draft. I was thinking about doing Cartini, but then I didn't really like how the lineup shaped it out after that. So I put him 7th in between the righties, hoping that we can get a righty so he gets a righty with the 83, 88 versus right-handed. So we decided to lead off Hicks. He's good versus righties and lefties, so we really have advantage right away. And we're going with Bichette. Then we have Belly. I wanted Belly second, but again, I usually like to hit my best hitter second, but Bichette's a monster. He's going to do well in there. We have Belly third because it kind of spaces our lineup out better with having the lefty third. We have Grischuk fourth because, again, he's good versus both sides, both handedness. Whoever's going to put in, he's good enough to hit against. We have Seager fifth, Dozier sixth. So again, I like how the lineup shapes out. 79 power is actually really, really solid power on the team. Our bench, not too bad. We'll probably use Springer right away versus righties. If they're going to bring in a lefty, I think I like Santana more a little bit against lefties than Springer. So that's what we'll do. Here's our bullpen. Right away, what we're going to do, and what I see way too often, it's a big time problem, is a lot of guys start out with their starter. They keep them in for way too long. So they get that first out, and for whatever reason, say you have a righty, you keep that righty in to face another righty. And that's not usually the move. You don't want to keep a common starter in longer than you have to, and you only have to keep him in for one batter. So you get that batter out, say, or whatever he does. He might get a homer, he might get a single, you may walk him, whatever it is. As soon as that at bat is over, that leadoff at bat is over, you take him out, you warm up your righty and a lefty. You always want to have a righty and lefty warmed up, no matter what. If you can't, obviously, then you can't because you use all your lefties or whatever happens. But if you ideally have a righty and a lefty in your bullpen, you're going to warm them up at the same time. So I'll warm up Giles and Sale. As soon as the first at bat's over and I can take out my starter, I'll take him out. If my opponent has hitters coming up, has 2 lefties coming up, I'm going to put in Sale. If he has 2 righties coming up, I'll put in Giles. And then whenever I need to make a switch, I'll make my switch. As soon as I use Giles, I'm going to instantly put in Bear Claw. If I use Sale, I'll put in Ventures. And just like that. And hopefully I really can just rely on these 4 guys here. And then if I have a sweaty game where I need multiple relievers, that's when I'll bring in these 3 guys. But other than that, I do not want to see these 3 guys in the game unless I have to put them in. So that's going to be the end of the video. I hope you guys really enjoyed that video. If you guys have any questions that you need to ask, any BR questions, whatever it is, drop them in the comments. I hope make sure you guys hit the like button. Make sure you guys hit the subscribe button if you guys did enjoy this video. I hope you did. It's the first video. I promise they're gonna get better and better as I get more comfortable doing this. It's just the first one. The next video will be us playing with this team. We're gonna be trying to go 12-0 for the 37th time. Until then, I love you guys. I appreciate you guys, and we're out.